The Federation recorded its 10th case of the novel coronavirus or COVID-19, confirmed Minister of State in Health Wendy Phipps on Saturday.
Closer to home in our Federation, at 12:29 a.m. today, we would have been informed by CARFA that there is now one additional case of COVID-19, and that brings a total of 10 to the confirmed number of cases that we have in the Federation. The most recent patient is 66 years old. She's a female, a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis, and resident on Nevis. The case appears to have been travel-related by virtue of the fact that the individual would have recently been exposed to persons who would have traveled to the Federation from the UK and the USA.
She also gave information to the state of those quarantined and released.
There have been 0 deaths in St. Kitts and Nevis, thankfully, up to now. To date, we have done 149 tests with 10 confirmed positives, 7 in St. Kitts and 3 on Nevis now, 114 confirmed negatives, and 25 results are pending. There are 34 persons in quarantine in a government facility, while 268 persons are being quarantined at home. 10 persons, obviously the 10 confirmed cases, are all in isolation as per the requirements of the World Health Organization for confirmed cases. And of course, 146 persons would have been released from quarantine to date. Again, we are reminding the public that our community health workers are continuing to carry out their in-depth contact tracing and monitoring for community transmission of the infection. We are also reminding everyone that during this state of emergency, that we need to work together to ensure that we reduce the impact of the disease to our country by sticking to the policies and regulations outlined in the Emergency Powers COVID-19 regulations.
Meanwhile, Minister Phipps encouraged persons to listen to the advice of the health authorities as the nation continues to fight COVID-19.
Persons with confirmed cases of COVID-19, you're reminded once more to remain in strict isolation. Persons who have had significant direct contact with confirmed cases are automatically being placed in quarantine. And you're also asked to note that persons who have been placed in quarantine must remain in the quarantine site for a minimum of 14 days, and you're not allowed to interact with anyone during the course of those 14 days. All citizens and residents are again reminded to practice social distancing and appropriate respiratory hygiene measures. And as we speak about social distancing, we are mindful of the scenes that we would have seen yesterday and again today at the supermarkets. Standing in line is one thing. Huddling together in groups of 3 or 4 is another issue. And it basically will defeat what we are trying to achieve by having periods of lockdown. We're reminding individuals again, if you're going out to shop, make sure that you're going out to shop for something that is essential. Yesterday, I had the chance to witness some of it myself, and I am amazed, given the fact that St. Kitts and Nevis has such a high incidence of non-communicable diseases, that a number of young people are in the line shopping for things like potato chips, 2-liter bottles of Coca-Cola, all kinds of other dried fruits and foods that are corn-based or fried-based or anything like that, beer and other things. Now, I don't consider any of those items to be essential.
St. Kitts and Nevis is currently under a 24-hour lockdown until Thursday night, part of the government's attempt in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. The last 2 days of curfew in St. Kitts have been rather contrasting. On Thursday, the Federation was still under a 24-hour lockdown, which was in place since 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Driving through the streets of Bastyr, it was clear people took this lockdown seriously. Only the police could be seen on the streets. And so was the case in rural St. Kitts.
So here we are in Old Road, as you can see. Not much activity on the road. Normally, this time of the day, it's now after 4 on a Thursday afternoon, Old Road will be bustling with activity. But as a result of the 24-hour lockdown, there's literally no activity here in Old Road.
The scene in Sandy Point was the same.
This is Sandy Point. Again, not much activity on the road. We did pass a fire truck up the road. I'm not quite sure sure if they were trying to put out a fire or anything of the sort, but they seem to be packing up and heading back to town. So as far as we're concerned, apart from that fire truck being here in Sandy Point, there are only parked cars along the road, no one in sight, most people in their homes looking out. So generally, it's been pretty quiet here in Sandy Point.
Fast forward to Friday. The Prime Minister made provisions for persons to shop for food on Friday and Saturday, and shopping they did. These are long lines outside supermarkets in Bastille, such as Best Buy Supermarket in Buckley's, Rab's Supermarket in Camps, and Bird Rock, and Island Foods in Camps. The scene was similar in other supermarkets in the nation's capital. From all indications, life in St. Kitts and Nevis will not be normal while the fight against COVID-19 continues. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline.
Police arrested 5 persons on the first day of the country's lockdown for breaching the 24-hour COVID-19 curfew. Speaking during a press briefing from the National Emergency Operations Center for the Fight Against COVID-19 in St. Kitts and Nevis, Divisional Commander Superintendent Comrade Henry of the St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force said the arrests included Chinese nationals.
These 5 persons include 3 Chinese nationals, 1 in Cayon, who were arrested in Cayon, and 2 in Bastille earlier today. 3 of these persons have since been released and were informed that they will be prosecuted by way of summons, and 2 persons, Chinese national, remain in custody up to this point.
Circulating video shows police approach a Chinese national who apparently opened a well-known King's Palace supermarket on the Bay Road opposite KFC. The individuals were taken to the Bastille police station for processing. Apart from these arrests, Superintendent Henry said he was pleased with the cooperation of the general public.
So far, I must say that we are mostly satisfied with the cooperation that we are getting from the public in terms of observing the curfew. The security forces were out in their numbers as of 6 p.m. last evening in preparation for the 7 p.m. start of the curfew. And I could tell you by 6 p.m. the road had started to look very scarce and bare. So that by 7 p.m. there were hardly anyone on the road who were not supposed to be on the road. So I want to thank members of the public for their cooperation in this regard.
The police force have been providing security for health personnel visiting quarantine sites, as well as enforcing the 24-hour curfew and social distancing requirement. Len Bart reporting for Skn Newsline.
Protect yourself from the novel coronavirus. Wash your hands thoroughly and frequently for at least 20 seconds each time. Avoid shaking hands and touching your face with unclean hands. If you have to cough or sneeze, do so into your flexed elbow or a paper towel and then dispose of it. Keep a distance of 3 feet away from anyone with the cold or flu-like symptoms. Boost your immune system with vitamins, drink plenty of water, and get adequate rest. Visit your doctor, the nearest hospital, or health center if you or a family member becomes ill. A message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
At Nagico, the things that matter to you matter to us. Like knowing you're covered when your house gets flooded, getting your settlements quickly and fairly when a fire hits your home, and making sure your business can keep going even after an accident happens on site. At Nagico, we're about much more than just insurance. We're about the big things and the small things that mean everything.
Hey, scan this. Boy, what that stand for?
We are St. Kitts and Nevis Waste Disposals.
Oh, so it's I just rent the big bin for when people cleaning the yard and construction project and so?
Yes, we do that.
Okay, so what about septic tank and grease trap cleanings?
Yes, we do that.
Them portable toilet rental?
Yes, we do that.
So what about if I want to rent a sexy bar home trailer for like VIP events or my outdoors wedding?
Yes, we do that.
Residential garbage pickup?
Yes, we do that.
Okay. So if my office have a bunch of documents we need shredded?
Yes, we do that.
Boy, I talking to you and you know. But when you answer me, I hearing like 10 people.
That's just the strength of our team working for you. Watch now. Call us at 662-3329 and we'll come and do that for you.
Like us on Facebook.
We know these are challenging and uncertain times. That's why we at Skn Newsline are offering businesses free promotion. That's right, Skn Newsline is offering you free promotions through a special service we designed just for you. No strings attached. To find out more, call 665-7496, 765-7254, email us advertising@sknnewsline.com, or visit our office on Central Market Street, Bastyr. Take advantage of this free marketing option at Skn Newsline.
Citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis are being encouraged to engage in various kinds of activities that will help relieve levels of stress, sadness, or anxiety. Speaking at a briefing held at the COVID-19 National Emergency Operating Center, Dr. Sherilyn Ward-Crawford, who is the chairperson of the Mental Health Psychosocial Support Committee, said it was natural to feel that way. Dr. Crawford provided information on assistance and actions being taken in support of mental health, with all assistance being provided while practicing physical distancing because of the highly contagious COVID-19.
We have started the dissemination of information related to mental health and COVID-19. We have partnered with the St. Kitts Mental Health Association, and together we are creating and posting content on their Facebook page daily. We are giving ideas as to how to cope. So we are asking our federation, persons in our federation, to kindly access the St. Kitts Mental Health the St. Kitts Mental Health Association Facebook page for information on how to cope. We are also working with the COVID-19 Media Task Force to help disseminate information that would help persons to take care of their mental health in these times. At present, the mental health team, we are not conducting face-to-face consultations, but we would like the general public to know that the counseling center, they are offering psychosocial support to their clients, and they are offering persons who are experiencing anxiety and stress support and their number to call. The clients know their number to call, so we're asking their clients to call their cell phone number, and they would be receiving support. For persons who have existing mental health conditions who were receiving help at the Joseph Infant General Hospital Psychological Services, we have a monitoring plan in place, and we are offering psychosocial support to these persons. So throughout the following days, and it has started already, persons would have received calls to give them some sort of support. There is also a free COVID-19 hotline. The number is 311. Persons can call this number and get answers to questions and concerns that they have. So we want the public to know, if you're at home, any time of the day, any concerns you're having, any questions you are having, you can also call the 311 free hotline, COVID-19 hotline number, and get your questions answered and your concerns heard.
Persons who experience mental health issues during the period of quarantine and curfew can get help by going directly to accident and emergencies at the JF General Hospital, Dr. Ward-Crawford informed. The country has been under a 24-hour curfew for several days, while clear instructions for all persons to stay within the confines of their premises and to practice social and physical distancing as the COVID-19 state of emergency continues. Glenn Barth reporting for Skn Newsline. As much as 24-hour curfews, as well as social and physical distancing, are important actions involving the entire populations of St. Kitts and Nevis, the government will be guided by health authorities in determining the success of the COVID-19 state of emergency and its regulations. In the 3rd April briefing of the National Emergency Operations Center, Attorney General Vincent Byron said on-the-ground data will determine when the state of emergency will be lifted. He said the Health Emergency Operating Center is tasked in determining the success of strategies in the fight against the spread of COVID-19.
All of the top professionals, the medical chief of staff of the JNF Hospital, Dr. Cathy and others, Dr. Liddy, the community-based physicians, all are in touch and feed into this Health Emergency Operating Center. They look at the trends, they look at how many physicians, medical practitioners who visit those who may have some symptoms, not feeling well, who may recommend testing. Those are constantly in touch with the Health Emergency Operating Center. They will see when it is, after a period of time, that we are not getting any positive results. I am not a health professional, and we expect to get that recommendation, that advice, from the Health Emergency Operating Center. The government will go with that advice. We expect it to be proper. It has been, and we stand behind our health professionals.
The COVID-19 curfew regulations are designed to suppress community transmission. It is believed that over 50% of the population could become infected, though most will experience mild symptoms. Glenn Bart reporting for Skn Newsline. Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris announced Thursday that the total lockdown of St. Kitts and Nevis will be extended after a short, limited break. New COVID-19 emergency regulations will take effect as of 6:01 on Friday, 3rd April, and will be in force until Thursday, 9th April at 7 p.m. This comes after an initial 3-day lockdown.
Today, Thursday, the 2nd of April 2020, I have asked His Excellency, the Governor-General, to make further emergency powers COVID-19 regulations under the state of emergency now existing in St. Kitts and Nevis. These regulations will take effect on Friday morning, the 3rd of April at 6:01 a.m. when the current regulations enacted on Tuesday expire. These new COVID-19 regulations will be the Emergency Powers COVID-19 number 3 regulations, SR&O number 10 of 2020, and will run until Thursday, the 9th April at 7 p.m., when the Cabinet of Ministers will determine any new action to be taken.
Persons will be allowed Friday to purchase food and medicine under limited conditions.
On Friday, the shelter-in-place regulations will remain in force. This means that, as we continue to use every effort to prevent the spread of the novel coronavirus or COVID-19, every person, I repeat, every person, shall remain confined to their place of residence, inclusive of their yard space, to avoid contact outside of their family. You should stay at home except in special circumstances. Let me repeat, you should stay at home except in special circumstances. We realize that some people will be without food and necessary medicine and medical supplies. And on Friday and on the next day, Saturday, between the hours of 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., a limited or restrictive curfew will allow persons to go to supermarkets and pharmacies to restock on the necessities of life. If you need to buy food or medicine, we encourage that only one member of a household leave the residence to do so, that you prepare a list of your food items and avoid unnecessary shopping and frequent visits to the supermarkets. As has been reported in a prior broadcast, there is adequate food available in St. Kitts at this time and for the foreseeable future.
The Prime Minister called for continued cooperation as efforts continue to slow transmission of COVID-19 in the Federation. Glenn Bart reporting for Skn Newsline.
You care about what goes on your skin. You care about the ingredients, organic and natural products. We have Rituals brand, Victoria's Secret, and much more. Discover the collection of prestige natural beauty. There are too many chemicals. Time to change. Go to Lucky's Duty Free at King's Pavilion Hotel on Bay Road, Bastyr. Treat yourself as a princess. Also, Bath and Body Works coming soon. Check us out on Facebook. Open hours are from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Give us a call, 466-7059. Lucky's Duty Free.
Quality Diagnostic Laboratory, your newest partner in your healthcare. We offer the latest in on-island clinical laboratory testing, a comprehensive range of blood tests, urine tests, stool and other testing such as cholesterol and sugar testing, as well as hormone, kidney and liver functions, and many more. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory is located at the corner of Keon Street and Fines Avenue, opposite the Greenlands pasture. Our opening hours from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday are designed with you in mind. We are also open on Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. for your further convenience. Call or contact us at 465-6657 or email us at info@qualitydiagnosticlab.com. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory. Excellence in performance.
Looking for a clean haircut to make you look your best? Then come to Creative Barber Salon on Church Street, Bastyr. At Creative Barber Salon, you can choose from a wide variety of services: straight haircut, cut and shave, square and shave, children haircut, ladies cut, square, and much more. Customer service guaranteed. Opening hours Monday to Thursday 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Friday to Saturday 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 765-0460. Visit Creative Barber Salon today on Church Street, Bastyr, specializing in all styles of haircuts.